environmental issue design challenge. So, current issue heavy power consumption in computers. So, desktop computers use an average of 200 watts an hour, including speakers and printers. A computer that is on for 8 hours a day will use almost 600 kilowatts an hour and emit 175 kilograms of CO2 each year. And this is very bad for the environment as it causes many things, which I will get into later. So here's a little breakdown of the usage of the different parts per hour of the computer. So the computer itself, 165 watts an hour, speakers, 20 watts an hour, internal modem, 10 watts an hour, printer, 5 watts an hour. So in 2020, 33 million Canadians had access to computers, leaving them on for an average of about 8 hours a day. So the CO2 that was emitted from this, so if you multiply 33 million people by 175 kilograms of CO2 emitted each day, you get a very large number. So the effects of CO2 emissions is that it helps to increase global warming, climate change, melting of the polar ice caps, rising sea levels, and increase in the greenhouse effect. How can we lower CO2 emissions? So the components of the computer can be optimized to only be on when needed. Users that will have the option to turn on and off the speakers, printers, and internal modem. If the amount of wasted power from these components is minimized by at least 50%, then only 87.5 kilograms of CO2 will be emitted into the environment. The average person emitting 175 kilograms of CO2 each day from their computer. So this basically cuts the amount of CO2 emitted into the environment by half. So an application that can be made for this would be an update for all Windows computers. It will help to lower power usage for devices that are not in use. This will lower the amount of CO2 that is emitted from computers alone. Update features will include user inputs when speakers should be turned on, the user could input when the printer should be turned on, and lastly, the user inputs when the modem should be turned on. So what will need to be coded? What is the code responsible for? We will need to code the application. We need to code a menu where you can access all different systems. We will need to code the different systems so that you can save energy. The code is responsible for lowering power usage for devices not in use. It is responsible for lowering the amount of CO2 emitted from computers. And it is responsible for saving energy. And going back to here too, if by lowering the amount of power that is used, you're also saving a lot of money, as well lowering the amount of CO2 emitted into the environment. Who is the audience? This program is an update for all Windows computers as mentioned earlier. This means anyone who owns a Windows computer can use this program. This product caters to the users as it is simply just an update. Identify how your product might rely on computer programming. Since it is an application for all Windows computers, anyone with a Windows computer will receive the update file to help reduce the pollution caused by your personal computers. If you do not have a computer, then you will not receive the update, but you do not contribute to the problem anyways.